Hi and welcome to Fed Up of Being Poor. I'm Stephen Alexander and welcome to my site. So today I want to talk about how to make passive income using our phones or selling photographs. Now, whether you're an amateur photographer or a professional photographers have kind of got the edge over us because obviously they are professional photographers, so it's their trade to know how to make amazing photos, and they use their trade for their business. So they might do wedding photos, they may do births, deaths, parties, you name it, whatever professionals do, they do it. So if you're a wise person, which I'm generally not, right, and you want to know how to get the best quality photos, or kind of what camera to use, or what works and what not, you could be quite sneaky, right? And if you know any professional photographers, just go and have a word with them and say, look, because at the end of the day, right, you're not a threat to them, so it's not like you're going to put them out of business, because what we're talking about here is the person who might take a photo of something on their smartphone or on their phone, and then they just want to make like a bit of side income. So, or if you're very lucky, you can make a lot of money doing it. So like I said, if you're like me, you want to take some photos of some nice things. So my preference is I love nature, and so I will take photos of things like the beach, the sea, rivers, waterfalls, things that like really make me passionate, because if you're not passionate about what you're taking a photo of, then you're not really going to inspire other people. And of course, if it's something that you're passionate about, 9 times out of 10 the people who will buy it are those who are passionate about the same things. So for example, the other thing that I like is food. So whenever I go out to a cafe or a restaurant, doesn't matter if it's a cup of tea, cup of coffee, if it's a small side plate, I will take photos of the food. Yeah, I'm one of those annoying people that will get my camera out and I'll take photos of whatever I'm doing. Now with those photos, I then do generally post to things like Facebook, Instagram, wherever I can. Sometimes it's because I'm like, hey, check me out, I'm having this big massive burger right now, don't you wish you could do that? Or sometimes it's just to say, hey, I'm here, I'm about, this is what I'm doing this week, this is what I'm doing that week. And so it's very much a kind of a presence thing, like kind of being out there, getting your name out. However, if you really don't fancy kind of just being like that, or you're not bothered about kind of getting your name out particularly or anything like that, then you could just be simple and just take your photos and then send them off to different places. So you might be asking, well, where do I take my photos to, or where can I start making photos from the photos on my phone? Right, so first of all, go and do your research, right? It sounds a really simple thing to say, right? But do your research, right? Because if you want to make money on anything, right, trust me, right, we're very fortunate in this day and age. If you're living in almost whatever country you're in, you've got the internet, right? So sometimes it's not about kind of what it is you're seeking information. It's kind of like knowing what to ask or how to ask. So whatever your passion is, you can find out, you can learn, and it's free of charge. So what I'm going to do today very quickly is just share some of the places that what I've done with my photos, and then I'll put some links down in my blog that again you can kind of check out. Or like I said, right, these are just links that I've chosen, right? I mean, I'm not earning any money from it or anything stupid like that. I'm just putting in there just to share with you where you can go. But what I did was I just put into Google. Now you don't have to use Google, you could use whatever search engine you're used to, right? And you could just put in make money taking photos with your phone, right? You don't even have to word it like that. You could just put make money taking pictures or make money taking photos, right? So my photos, what I do is I tend to take them and then I put them on a canvas, and then I will sell the canvas. Now the trick is to do with this is to try and get the canvas as cheap as possible, or get them printed on the canvas for as cheap as possible, because you need to be careful of your profit margins. So imagine that it's cost me, say, it's not going to be this cheap. But imagine it cost me £5 to get the photos done on canvas, right? If I'm then going to sell it for £5, obviously I've made like zero money, right? So you need to try and keep those costs low and make obviously whatever you're selling like higher, right? But it also needs to be quite realistic, you know. Let's be honest. And of course, people will only buy what they want to buy. They'll only spend what they want to spend. But I guess I don't really need to talk to you about profit margins or you know, making money from it, because you're more than capable of doing that yourself. So yeah, today's clip is literally just about, if your passion is making photos, you want to make a bit of a side income from that. This is just one way of doing it. The other way of doing it is, like I mentioned, I take photos of food. Right, now what I do with these is I then send them to places like TripAdvisor, and Google Maps has their own things. Now you might think, well, I can't really earn money from TripAdvisor or Google Maps, right? And actually, potentially you can't, right? Because I write reviews, so I put them on the reviews, right? So by themselves, no. However, what you can do is, if you get really good at taking photos, you get really good at writing reviews, you can then use that for leverage to the business. So if you've got a small business owner and you can say, look, you know, my photos, my review has just got, say, 5,000 people like looking at this. That's 5,000 potential people seeing their products that they wouldn't have reached. All right, so you can see how this could work from business to business to business. And of course, you know, if you're like me, maybe you're not that good at taking photos, but let me tell you, it does get better with more practice. So you work out kind of what works, what doesn't work, what angles work, what angles don't work, how much in focus you need, and then it starts to get really technical, right? So although, you know, I'm saying, look, you don't need to be an expert in none of this, and that's true, you so don't need to be an expert. But what happens is oh, sorry about that, that's my phone binging, so I got a message. But what happens is by doing more of this, actually you do become, I won't say an expert, I won't say professional, but you do get better at it. And I've noticed, you know, even on Instagram, because I did mention Instagram earlier, I get now comments going, hey, you know, that photo was really good, you know, that's good quality photo, and that kind of makes you feel good as well. So, you know, and people do start noticing, and then people will start asking you, well, how do you do this and how do you do that, and then suddenly you become an expert in all sorts of different areas. And that's it, really. It's kind of honestly that simple. So just a simple little side income of how you can make money using your phone. Like I said, I will put all the information and links down in the blog, so do check it out. You've probably already read it. And that's it, really. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon. I'm Steve, and this is fedupofbeingpoor.com.